Greeting, brothers and sisters. I'm happy to be here. And we finally will be finishing up, wrapping things up for tonight. As you know, we got through several short shows just to keep us on target with what's going on. We talk about assassination of Dr. Khalid Muhammad, who are the people that played a part into it, how it's affecting us, what can we learn from it. He's the latest, greatest leader that we've had to pass before our very eyes. And I say before our very eyes because one of us was always on the scene. So, and the knowledge that we have of Dr. Khalid and what has happened to him, how do we avoid these things happening to the rest of our leaders, whether they be local leaders, whether they be citywide, state, national, and international? How do we protect our leaders? And we have to talk about that. Our leaders certainly need to be protected. And it's going to take us to do it. It's going to take us to do it. We're going to have to protect our leaders. Our leaders are going through so much, And here's the thing, and I hope that I'm not being too coy when I say this, but it appears that Black people, we are the ones that supplicate or run our leaders down. We're there to get what we can get from them, but we're never giving anything back. It's almost like taking a seed, plant it in the soil, right? You're going to get the end product of you sowing that seed, right? But we if you get a product from something that you planted within, because our leaders grow in from among us, right? And they bloom from among us. Instead of replanting and reinvesting into that leader, we'll take all that we can do, get all that we can from them, and never giving anything in return. So we hoping that we could change this. Whereas we'll see exactly what's happened to our leaders and go in depth to explain that and then push something home. The thing that we're trying to push home is to make sure that we don't betray our leaders, that we don't destroy our leaders, right? That we don't kill our leaders, but reinvest into that pipeline. Keep our leaders alive so they'll be able to give us the wisdom that God gave them to deliver us, right? These leaders delivered us. So we've got to help deliver these leaders. When things get difficult, we have to support them, right? And no matter where they are, we've got to support our leaders, support their plan, support their goals, objective for the Black community. God has raised them up from among us. You have to understand that God raised these leaders up from among us. They didn't just come up, but God put them there, right, to be able to speak the language of every Black person and to be able to, in so many instances, make known the needs, the desires, and the requested structure for the Black community, right, among the people was being requested so that we'll be able to continue to build and rebuild our communities or upgrade our communities, right? Build on a foundation that is in our communities so that we could create a different mindset within our communities. Is that right or wrong? So we have a job to do. We have a job to do it. And more than anything else, this is what I'm telling you. This is my message to you, that we have a job to do. We can't lay down on that job. Brothers and sisters, don't forget, I'm going to always talk about it, that we have Prince Imhotep University. Don't forget, we're hoping that we get individuals to sign up for the next year. We have some individuals signed up, but we have at least 100 spaces left. I believe it's 100 spaces left. So Prince Imhotep University, just know that you can come and learn above and beyond. You can come and learn above and beyond, okay? And be able to produce in your society, especially in the areas of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So it's a whole program. It's a program, what we call a multifaceted program and degree system that you'll be able to get associates to be able to do the herbal science and medicines. We need herbal pharmacists within our community. We need this. This is something that we have to have. And we're asking that you would get involved. We want you to get involved so that you can take part in that and be able to help your community. Brothers and sisters, there's no one person that can do all of the work that's needed in the black community. You look at the white man's community, he has many helpers. We need those same helpers in our community. We need that in our community. We need you to help us. We can't do it alone. I have enough sense to know that one man, right? One man only has two hands. Two men have four hands. You understand what I'm saying? So on and so forth. So we got to be steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of God, right? The best example of that is Jesus, right? He's the best example of it that we have in the ancient times. I'm talking about black Jesus, not talking about white Jesus. I'm talking about a black Jesus. Come on, brothers and sisters, you understand. I'm talking about a black Jesus who sits high and looks low. Is that right or wrong? He has made the example, the ultimate sacrifice, right? And we say he's God in flesh, right? Because we know that God is a man. Yes, we do. We know that God is a man. So we know that he is God in flesh because God is a man. And we do understand that. There are those that don't have the knowledge to understand who God is. And you black man, when it said that how can you hate your brother whom you how can you hate God whom you never seen and hate your brother whom you see daily, right? So we look in the mirror, we see God. That is the understanding of the black nationalist Christian and the black nationalist Muslim movement. Because the black Christian and the black Muslim is all the same. And here's the reason I say that. Because when the white man comes to kill you, he's not going to ask you what your religion is. He's just going to see your color and he's going to take you out. So you got to get wise and you have to get intelligent. Brothers and sisters, don't forget, we have the holistic products, right? Holistic practice and products. I'm putting that in the right-hand corner so you'll be able to see it. Holistic practice and products. We ask you to support that. We can't do much without you. And we're thankful to those of you that are chiming in. Also, I want to say to the East Coast and the West Coast, those that have been busy supporting us, I want to say hello to California. I want to say to Oregon, we thank you, Oregon, for all your help. We don't know what we do without you. In the West Coast, we thank California. We thank Las Vegas, Nevada. We thank Arizona. We thank New Mexico. So we're very thankful for the help that you give. Utah, we're thankful for you. Wisconsin. We're thankful for Chicago. We're thankful for, Arkansas and Tennessee. Thank you, Arkansas and Tennessee. Thank you for Alabama now. Alabama has joined the scales for change. We're thankful to Atlanta, Georgia, Florida. We're thankful to New York and Washington, D.C., Detroit. And I hope there's no one that I've missed. I know Wheeling, West Virginia, we have help from them. We also have help from Virginia itself. So Virginia and West Virginia is to be added on to that. But we certainly, brothers and sisters, could use more participation. Because we need you. We need you to participate. And don't forget, you can also follow us on YouTube. Just type my name in and we'll come up and we'll give us some good information there. Also on LinkedIn. Also on, you should see us some things on Spotify. You should also see some things on Politico. So if you go there, you'll see some things there too. We also, did I say LinkedIn? We have LinkedIn. So we have a few places that we're already at, pin interest and things of that nature. And Instagram. You also see us on Instagram. So our desire in our prayers that we would continue to do the work of God, right? Because that's the work that you and I are doing. We stand righteous. We're standing righteous, so we're doing the work of God. God is the work. God is the work. That's the work that we need to do. And you and I are God, brothers and sisters. We are God. We belong to God. We are God. And we're in God, and He is in us. Is that right or wrong? So my desire, my prayer is that you would see the work that we're doing, be able to support it. So holistic practice and products, anything that you need, go to the website, answer the website, put it in the email, and we'll make it get that out to you. We have a various amount of things. Also, brothers and sisters, don't forget we have African-centered science and medicine. We always need that. We always need African-centered science and medicine. We'll always need that. And there you can see the formulas. A lot of the formulas are made by the students that had come through African Center Science and Medicine, Prince Imhotep University. And I want to put this in there. So you have it, African Center Science and Medicine. All right. So you have it in there. And you'll be able to look on these sites yourself so you can get some information. Now you do everything else. Hopefully you'll do something for yourself and for your community to buy and support yourself. Buy black. Buy black. Buy black. That's the thing that you should be concerned about, building up your own community. Don't worry about the white man. He's going to take care of his community. He's going to always take care of his community. But you're the one that's needed. You're the one being requested, right? You're the one that has to take care of your community. So just keep that in mind, brothers and sisters. Do keep that in mind. Now, the last we closing for tonight. They'll be ready tomorrow. We'll be on schedule. We'll have to be doing these all behind one another, but I just wanted to touch upon what we've been discussing thus far. Right? It's hard to do that lots of times because we have to get brothers and sisters interested. Lots of time it's hard to get our brothers and sisters interested in what they should be doing and what's going on. And we have to get them interested. And then we run into these programs where we have problems, setbacks in the program. But hopefully you can see what's on the right-hand side, inside of the column. Hopefully you're able to do that. And let's talk about the subject at hand. The subject at hand that we've been talking about the whole time is this death of Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad. What was his focus? What did he mean? What do we have to be? We have to be a certain way to be able to receive this brother. We got to receive our brother. We have to be a certain way, right? I'm sure you can understand it. It has to be something about us. It has to be something about us. We have to have some respect for ourselves and for one another that we be able to stand against the wiles of the enemy. We have to be able to stand against the wiles of the enemy, brothers and sisters. Our enemy is really taking us through something. He's really, really taking us through something, and we have to be wise. We have to be wise. We have to learn. We got to learn by doing. We got to learn by doing. We have to undo the actions of yesterday by practicing a different mindset. We got to have a different mindset today. Our mindset has to be a righteous mindset that would make us respect our leaders, stand behind them, and defend them. We have to have that mindset. You and I like fools walking down the street marching for what? To what end? To what end, brothers and sisters? To what end? And then you expose all the people you got in your network, right? And they're turned out into the public, right? So that the white man knows everybody that's marching with you. Right now, you done put their lives in danger. We got to do different. We got to be different. We got to act different. We got to respond. We can't respond the way that the white man has us responding or the way that he wants us responding because there's no salvation in that. No salvation. We would not be able to save our community responding the way that the white man wants us to respond. It'll never happen. It'll never happen. So we have a job. We have a job to do. My desire, my prayer is that we would do the job and fulfill the work of God. That's my desire, my prayer. Now, brothers and sisters, in saying that, I want to say this. We're having trouble with this computer again. But in saying that, I want to say this. You have to make up your mind to follow God and not fear the white man. Why am I saying this? Because anytime that our leaders are destroyed, it comes from us. I'll say this over and over and over again. Anytime our leaders are destroyed, it'll come from us. So in order to stop destroying our leaders, we got to do different. We got to think different. We got to act different, and we have to be different. And if we do that, right, if we think opposite of destruction, then we'll begin to think construction. We'll begin to build one another up. Is that right or wrong? Right? So we've got to think construction. We got to think construction and build one another up. And brothers and sisters, we're facing difficulty on YouTube at this moment. We're facing great difficulty because I don't know exactly what's happening with this program, but I will say this, and hopefully it's being aired. I pray, my desire, my prayer is that it's being aired. It may not be. I know this is the one thing the enemy don't want us to get out. The fact that we need to stay together. We need to move as one unit. We got to stay together and move as one unit. That's what God wants. That's what God wants. God wants us to stay together and move as one unit. If we do that, we don't have to worry about the deaths happening to our community. We won't have to worry about the deaths happening within our community. Right? And I only have 2 minutes left. Right? 2 minutes left. So I know that we'll be closing out. And this is probably the shortest channel, right, that I've ever done. But we have to look back. We have to take a look back. We have to take a look back. right? As we look back, we have to take a look back at the U.S. government assassins, right? We have to take a look back. And a good place for us, when we talk about the death of Dr. Collins, we have to look back at people like William Bradley, right? And see how the government protects their agents, their leaders. They give them money. And these guys can be violent, but they give them money. They give them cars. They give them houses, give them wealth. Look at all the blacks in front of us that the white man has in front of us. Look at Puffy. Look at how damaging he is to his community. Look at Suge Knight. Look how damaging he was. Look at William Bradley. They kept him with money and everything. He was a murderer and a racist, right? But they kept him with all of this stuff. So they'll tell you, as long as he did the job for them, right? Look at what's the other guy's name that shot Dr. Collins in Riverside? James Best, another assassin in the mystery concerning Minister Malcolm X, right? Also an ardent supporter of Farrakhan, who's trying to get control of the Nation of Islam at that time. I just want you to understand exactly what's going on. Wallace Waradeen Muhammad and Farrakhan, two agents that began to fight against one another that joined ranks, right? Joined ranks when they were working against Minister Malcolm X. We have to look back. The white man would never have anybody in front of you that he can't use. Farrakhan is no threat. Malik Zulu Shabazz is no threat. Sean Combs is no threat. Jay-Z is no threat. All of these agents, Snoop Dogg, no threat. They're no threat to the white man. Russell Simmons, no threat to the white man. Ice-T, no threat. Ice Cube, because these are the ones that he put in front of you. And Snoop handed the gun to Keefe D to kill Tupac. This is facts. This is facts. So all of them was in on it, including Suge Knight. But that's a story for another day. I want to let you know, that's the only thing I want to tell you, that we have to look back to get some understanding of what's going on. When we look back, we'll have some understanding and be less hypocritical. We'll have some understanding of what's going on. But you'll never get it if you don't look back and discover what is happening. You'll never get it. You have to look back and discover what happened. You have to see what's going on by looking back so that you could train your frontal vision. When you train your frontal vision, right? And that's the challenge that you must do. The challenge you must have is to look back in the past and see exactly what's going on now. So that's what I want to tell you. I want to tell you that I apologize for the interruptions that we were having. Again, these systems are messing up, and I don't think the white man wants us to get this knowledge out. As a matter of fact, I know he doesn't. But my job is to educate you, to keep you united, and to make sure that you are loving one another. We have to love one another, brothers and sisters. We have to do the best that we can do for one another. Okay? Mother and father love one another. Children love your parents. Parents love your children. Don't provoke them to anger, but raise them up in the admonition of God. Black man, black woman, love each other and stop fighting against one another. The family is divided enough. The family is divided enough. I love you. If I didn't love you, I wouldn't be saying the things that I'm saying. This is love talk, because if I hate you, I wouldn't tell you. Brothers and sisters, I love you very much. If I didn't say it in the beginning, I say it to you now. Assalamu alaikum. For those of you that don't know, this means peace be unto you. Yeah.